Good evening. This is All India Radio. I am Valsa Williams and with me is Vaibhav Jyotsna Srivastav with the evening news. The headlines. Welfare of coastal communities and strengthening coastal infrastructure are priorities of the government, says Prime Minister Modi at foundation stone laying ceremony of various projects in Junagadh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 12th Defence Expo in Gandhinagar, says India's defence exports have grown 8 times in the last 5 years. Government to allow MSMEs to avail non-tax benefits for 3 years post reclassification. India to bring in new national tourism policy to attract foreign and domestic tourism. Trial run for the use of India-Chattogram-Mongla ports for transit of goods between India and Bangladesh begins today. Mallikarjun Kharge elected new Congress president. BJP releases first list of candidates for Himachal Pradesh Assembly elections. And in badminton, Lakshya Sen and HS Pranoy win their respective matches to enter the Denmark Open round of 16. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has said the government focused on the holistic development of Gujarat's coastline. Addressing a gathering at the foundation stone-laying ceremony for various development projects in Junagadh, Prime Minister Modi said the government is focusing on the security and welfare of fishermen as well as strengthening coastal infrastructure. The projects are worth over 3,000 crore rupees. The Prime Minister said the Sagar Khedu scheme of the government addresses special problems faced by coastal communities and has resulted in a 7-fold increase in fishing exports in the last 8 years. The Prime Minister said the government is emphasizing on port-led development to bring economic benefits to the people in the years to come. He said the coastal highway will boost tourism activities along with generating employment opportunities in the Saurashtra region. On the occasion, Mr. Modi laid the foundation stone for various projects at Junagadh, Porbandar, Madhavpur, Gir, Somnath and at Mazwad. The Prime Minister has said over the past 20 years the industrial development of Gujarat has touched new heights, laying the foundation stone of projects worth over 5,900 crores in Rajkot. The Prime Minister also lauded the contribution of the engineering industry of Rajkot in the Atmanirbhar Bharat mission. During the function, Mr. Modi also inaugurated the India Urban Housing Conclave, which will witness deliberations covering various facets related to housing in India. The Prime Minister also inaugurated over 1,100 houses constructed under the Lighthouse project. Union Minister of Urban Affairs Hardeep Singh Puri was present on the occasion.
The Expo 2022 was formally inaugurated today by PM Narendra Modi at Mahatma Gandhi Convention and Exhibition Centre in Gandhinagar. Speaking at the ceremony, PM Modi said that the Expo is introducing Indian defence manufacturing capabilities to the world. He added that not so long ago, India was globally known as one of the biggest defence importers, but now India is exporting defence equipment and products to more than 75 countries across the world. Indian defence exports have grown 8 times in the last 5 years and stood at $1.59 billion in 2021-22. Mr. Modi said that the country now aims to increase defence exports to $5 billion in the near future.
2021-22 में भारत का डिफेंस एक्सपोर्ट $1.59 बिलियन यानी करीब 13,000 करोड़ रुपये हो चुका है और आने वाले समय में हमने इसे $5 बिलियन यानी 40,000 करोड़ रुपये तक पहुंचाने का लक्ष्य रखा है। ये निर्यात एक्सपोर्ट केवल कुछ उपकरणों तक सीमित नहीं है, केवल कुछ देशों तक सीमित नहीं है। भारतीय रक्षा कंपनियां आज ग्लोबल सप्लाई चेन का महत्वपूर्ण हिस्सा बन रही है।
The Prime Minister laid the foundation stone of the Disa airfield virtually. He said that the construction of Disa Forward Air Base would add to the security architecture of the country and boost the local economy. HTT-40, the indigenous trainer aircraft designed by Hindustan Aeronautics Limited, was also unveiled by the Prime Minister at the Helipad Exhibition Centre.
Disa airfield का निर्माण भी देश की सुरक्षा और उस क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए एक महत्वपूर्ण उपलब्धि है। डीसा अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सीमा से केवल 130 किलोमीटर दूर है। अगर हमारे फोर्सेस, विशेषकर हमारी वायुसेना दिशा में होगी तो हम पश्चिमी सीमा पर किसी भी दुस्साहस का और बेहतर ढंग से जवाब दे पाएंगे।
Mr. Modi also highlighted the growing importance of space technology in the defense sector and maritime trade and activities. Launching Mission Def Space, Mr. Modi called upon the youth to contribute to the development of space technology in the country.
मिशन डिफेंस स्पेस देश के प्राइवेट सेक्टर को भी अपने सामर्थ्य दिखाने का अवसर देगा। स्पेस में भविष्य की संभावनाओं को देखते हुए भारत को अपनी इस तैयारी को और बढ़ाना होगा। हमारी डिफेंस फोर्सेस को नए इनोवेटिव सॉल्यूशन खोजने होंगे। स्पेस में भारत की शक्ति सीमित न रहे और इसका लाभ भी केवल भारत के लोगों तक ही सीमित न हो, ये हमारा मिशन भी है, हमारा विजन भी है।
Our correspondent reports that the theme of this year's event is Path to Pride. With record registration of 1,340 companies, DEF Expo 2022 is said to be the biggest Indian defence exhibition till date and the first ever edition of the event to exclusively feature Indian companies. The biennial exhibition is being organised to support, showcase and forge partnerships for the Indian aerospace and defence manufacturing sector with Indian as well as global customers. The Indian Ocean Region Plus IOR Plus Defence Ministers Conclave was hosted by Defence Minister Rajnath Singh at the sidelines of DEF Expo 2022 in Gandhinagar today. The conclave was attended by representatives of 40 countries. The conclave aims to promote strategic and commercial partnerships within the IOR countries in line with Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi's vision of security and growth for all in the region, Sagar. The theme of the conclave was Challenges, Opportunities and Collaborations in the Indian Ocean. Delivering the keynote address, Mr. Rajnath Singh called for collective efforts towards addressing the present and emerging threats to security and stability in the Indian Ocean region. Mr. Singh termed sustainable exploitation of maritime resources as an important means for growth and development of nations across the IOR in the 21st century. The Defence Minister reiterated that India unequivocally rejects any hierarchical conception of global order and the pretensions of moral superiority in international relations. He asserted that New Delhi believes in a global order based on mutual respect and benefit of every country. Mr. Singh urged the IOR countries to leverage the R&D ecosystem created by the Government of India for the mutual benefit for all. He also held bilateral meetings with delegation leaders from Bangladesh, Angola, South Africa, Democratic Republic of Congo and Paraguay.
The government today announced that MSME enterprises will continue to avail all non-tax benefits of the category after an increase in terms of investment in plant and machinery. It clarified that if in case an enterprise sees an upward change in terms of investment in plant and machinery or equipment or turnover or both and consequent reclassification, it can still avail all non-tax benefits of the category it was in before the reclassification. The benefits can be availed for a period of 3 years from the date of such upward reclassification. The decision has been taken after due deliberations with micro, small and medium enterprises stakeholders and is in line with the Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan, which seeks to make India self-reliant in manufacturing. Non-tax benefits include benefits of various schemes of the government related to public procurement policy and delayed payments. The Ministry of Finance today released an amount of 1,764 crores to 4 states for providing grants to million-plus cities. Of the total amount, 136 crore rupees was released to Andhra Pradesh, 109 crore rupees to Chhattisgarh, 799 crore rupees to Maharashtra and 720 crore rupees to Uttar Pradesh. Out of the total grants recommended by the 15th Finance Commission for million-plus cities and urban agglomerations, more than two-thirds is recommended for solid waste management component and the remaining is allocated for ambient air quality. The ministry said so far a total grant of nearly 4,762 crore rupees were released to urban local bodies in 2022-23.
The Commission for Air Quality Management in NCR and adjoining areas has decided to implement Stage 2 of the Graded Response Action Plan as the air quality parameters are likely to move into the very poor category on Saturday, according to an assessment by the subcommittee of the Commission. In an effort to improve the air quality, Delhi NCR, the subcommittee has taken the call to invoke all actions from today in the entire NCR by all the agencies concerned. An AQI between 301 to 400 is classified as very poor category. It has advised the citizens to use public transport and minimize use of personal vehicles and avoid dust-generating construction activities. Other measures, including mechanical and vacuum-based sweeping of roads on a daily basis, stopping use of diesel generators except emergent and essential services, are also applicable. Mineral production of the country has recorded 4.2% cumulative growth during the period April to August this fiscal year over the corresponding period of the previous year. However, as per the provisional statistics of the Indian Bureau of Mines, the index of mineral production of mining and quarrying sector for August this year was 3.9% lower as compared to the level in August last year.
The government will bring a new National Tourism Policy 2022 to promote tourism in the country. Addressing the National Conference on Tourism Police Scheme in New Delhi today, Tourism Minister G. Kishan Reddy said the policy will be launched before the upcoming budget session. He said the tourism sector will play a major role in making India a developed nation by 2047.
भारत के अपने आजाद के 75 वर्ष पूरा कर लिए। हमारे सामने माननीय प्रधानमंत्री नरेंद्र मोदी जी देख एजेंडा देश के जनता के सामने 2047 जब भारत 100 इयर्स का इंडिपेंडेंस डे सेलिब्रेशन करेंगे, जब भारत पूर्ण विकसित भारत के नाते हम आगे ले जाना चाहिए। पर्यटन क्षेत्र का 2047 में विकसित भारत को लक्ष्य को पूरा करने में एक महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाएंगे। इस संदर्भ में पर्यटन क्षेत्र ने भारत के जीडीपी में लगभग 5.19% योगदान दिया है।
Speaking on the occasion, Lok Sabha Speaker Om Birla said India can become the best destination for tourism in the world by providing safe and secure environment to tourists. He said India is blessed with natural resources, heritage and adventure. The University Grants Commission has asked GD Goenka University, Gurugram, to take appropriate action over the recent clashes reported between Nigerian students and local students. The Commission has sought a detailed report about the incident. It has also asked the university to take appropriate measures to ensure that such incidents are prevented.
Senior Congress leader Mallikarjun Kharge was elected as the new party chief today. He defeated former Union Minister Shashi Tharoor. Announcing the results in New Delhi, chairman of the party's Central Election Authority, Madhusudan Mistry, said Mr. Kharge won 7,897 votes while Shashi Tharoor got 1,072. The polling for election of new Congress president was held 2 days back. Mr. Kharge will be the first Congress president in 24 years who does not belong to the Nehru-Gandhi family. Prime Minister Narendra Modi has extended his best wishes to the newly elected Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge. In a tweet today, Mr. Modi wished Mr. Kharge a fruitful tenure ahead. The BJP has released its list of 62 candidates for the upcoming assembly elections in Himachal Pradesh to be held on November the 12th. BJP Central Election Committee finalized the names late last night. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, Home Minister Amit Shah, Party President JP Nadda were present in the meeting. 11 sitting BJP MLAs have been dropped, 11 scheduled castes, 8 scheduled tribes, and 5 women candidates are included in the list. Congress was also declared the names of its 46 candidates out of 68 late last evening. You are listening to the evening news on All India Radio. A reminder of the headlines before we move on. Welfare of coastal communities and strengthening coastal infrastructure are priorities of the government, says Prime Minister Modi at foundation stone laying ceremony of various projects in Gandhinagar. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 12th Defence Expo in Gandhinagar. Says India's defence exports have grown 8 times in the last 5 years. Government to allow MSMEs to avail non-tax benefits for 3 years post-reclassification. India to bring in new national tourism policy to attract foreign and domestic tourism. Trial run for the use of Chattogram-Mongla port for transit of goods between India and Bangladesh began today. Mallikarjun Kharge elected new Congress President. BJP releases first list of candidates for Himachal Pradesh Assembly elections. And in badminton, Lakshya Sen and H.S. Pranoy win their respective matches to enter the Denmark Open round of 16. For quick news updates round the clock, follow us on our Twitter handle at AIR News Alerts.
अपने बिजनेस को बढ़ाने के लिए लीजिए आकाशवाणी का सहयोग और दीजिए उसे बुलंदियों के पंख।
आपका बिजनेस लोकल है या राष्ट्रीय, आकाशवाणी देती है उपभोक्ताओं तक पहुंचने का हर विकल्प।
और अब तो आप घर, दफ्तर या दुकान पर बैठे बैठे कर सकते हैं आकाशवाणी के किसी भी केंद्र के लिए विज्ञापनों की बुकिंग।
आकाशवाणी के विभिन्न चैनलों पर विज्ञापन देना सुलभ और सस्ता।
बुकिंग है तो संपर्क करें 8700014242 पर।
8700014242।
I am India. Look at me. Know my name. We're one of the most mega diverse countries on this planet.
Our weddings, our fashion statements, they're all inspired by our silver screen heroes and heroines.
A 75 years young India. What we are really going to see India become is a powerhouse. India 2.0.
The Journey of India from 14th October every Friday at 7 p.m. in Hindi and 10 p.m. in English on DD National.
Welcome back to the evening news. The trial run for the operationalization of the agreement to use Chattogram and Mongla ports for the transit of goods between India and Bangladesh began today. Cargo vessel MV Trans Samudra departed from Chattogram port in Bangladesh carrying an Indian transit container earlier today. The agreement was signed in 2018 and an SOP to operationalize the agreement was signed during the visit of Prime Minister of Bangladesh to India in 2019. The current trial run is being undertaken on Dauki, Tamabil, Chattogram and marks the completion of all trial runs under this agreement. Our Dhaka correspondent reports that the transit or transshipment of goods under this agreement will reduce both cost and time for transport of goods to northeastern states of India. It will also create economic gains for the Bangladesh logistics and services industry, including insurance, transport and finance, as only Bangladesh trucks will be used for transshipment. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres arrived on a two-day visit to Gujarat today. UN Secretary-General will participate in the 10th Heads of Missions Conference at Kevadia tomorrow. Mr. Guterres will also hold a meeting with Mr. Modi at Kevadia. He will also visit 24/7 solar-powered village Modhera and the world-famous Sun Temple at Modhera in Mehsana. UN Secretary-General will also interact with locals at Modhera. Antonio Guterres is visiting for the first time since he commenced his second term. Earlier in the day, Mr. Guterres said India has always been an advocate for the concerns and aspirations of developing countries. He was delivering a talk at IIT Bombay on India-UN partnership strengthening South-South cooperation. Mr. Guterres said India is among the biggest providers of military and police personnel to UN missions, including the first all-women police contingent peacekeeping mission. He also appreciated India's role during the COVID-19 pandemic. He noted that humanitarian assistance and finance in Afghanistan and Sri Lanka is increasing India's impact on the international stage and is the reason India is today a partner of choice to the United Nations. Earlier, the UN chief paid homage to the victims of the 26/11 Mumbai terror attacks at Taj Hotel. He was accompanied by Maharashtra Chief Minister Eknath Shinde and Deputy Chief Minister Devendra Fadnavis.
The Food Corporation of India, FCI, has planned to construct modern steel silos with a capacity of over 111 lakh metric tons across 12 states and 249 locations. These silos will be constructed spread under hub and spoke model under public-private partnership with a total investment of around 9,236 crore rupees over the next 3 to 4 years. Talking to All India Radio News, Joint Secretary Subodh Kumar Singh, Ministry of Consumer Affairs, Food and Public Distribution, has said these modern silos with bulk handling facilities adopt scientific storage of food grains and ensure their best preservation.
गेहूं के भंडारण के लिए हम लोगों ने प्लान किया है कि साइलोज स्टोरेज के लिए बनाए जाएं। साइलोज बहुत अच्छा कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसमें किसान जब अपना लाता है प्रोक्योरमेंट के लिए तो उसका आधे एक घंटे में पूरे गेहूं का प्रोक्योरमेंट हो जाता है और वो अपना पूरा करके वापस चला जाता है। अदरवाइज जो ट्रेडिशनल सिस्टम है उसमें कई घंटे लगते हैं, कभी कभी कई दिन भी लग जाते हैं। और ये पूरा मैकेनाइज्ड ऑपरेशन होता है जिसमें गेहूं को लाते हैं और उसको एक हाइड्रोलिक सिस्टम से नीचे गिराते हैं, फिर वो एक मैकेनाइज्ड सिस्टम से साइलो में स्टोर हो जाता है और उसके बाद लोडिंग भी उसकी ट्रेन में स्पेशल वैगन में मैकेनाइज्ड तरीके से हो जाती है और इसका स्टोरेज का लाइफ भी ज्यादा होता है। इसको टोटल 111 लाख टन का स्टोरेज प्लान किया गया है और फर्स्ट फेज में करीब 34 लाख टन का प्लान किया जा रहा है। ये सब पब्लिक प्राइवेट पार्टनरशिप की कॉन्सेप्ट पे बनेंगे और 9,236 करोड़ का इसमें करीब इन्वेस्टमेंट होगा। लोगों को एडिशनल रोजगार मिलेगा। इससे गेहूं का ओवरऑल भंडारण की गुणवत्ता बढ़ेगी।
Prime Minister Narendra Modi said 5G technology will usher in a transformation across the country and it will particularly revolutionize the education sector. He was addressing a gathering at the launch of the Mission School of Excellence at Adalaj in Gandhinagar today. Mr. Modi congratulated Gujarat for launching India's largest Mission School of Excellence by leveraging the benefit of 5G technology. He said these schools of excellence will help in to take education in the remotest parts of the state and fulfill each and every need of the students.
Over the past 75 years since independence, India's largest public service broadcaster, All India Radio, has been the proverbial storyteller for crores of people across the country. All India Radio is celebrating 75 years of freedom with the series Azad Bharat Ki Baat, Akashwani ke Saath. It showcases the journey of India since independence and various walks of life through the storytelling of All India Radio. In today's episode, we bring you the story of new national education policy.
The National Education Policy, NEP, was approved on 29th July 2020 by the Union Cabinet of India. It replaced the existing Educational Policy of India, which was made in 1986. This policy brings a big positive change in the education of the country. It is a framework for elementary education till higher education, which includes vocational training in both urban and rural areas. The main aim of launching the National Education Policy 2022 is to remodel India's education policy. The NEP gives emphasis on promoting multilingualism and Indian languages. The medium of instruction until at least grade 5, but preferably till grade 8 and beyond, will be among the home language or mother tongue or local language or regional language. The NEP will universalize education from preschool to secondary school. Previously, the pattern of 10+2 was followed, which has now changed to 5+3+3+4. Prime Minister Narendra Modi said that the new national education policy ensures greater freedom for the youth to take decisions on the basis of changing situations.
भारत की एजुकेशन और आधुनिक बने, मॉडर्न बने, यहाँ के टैलेंट को भरपूर अवसर मिले। इस कड़ी में देश की नई एजुकेशन पॉलिसी का ऐलान किया गया है। ये पॉलिसी 21वीं सदी के नौजवानों की सोच, उनकी जरूरतें, उनकी आशाओं, अपेक्षाओं और आकांक्षाओं को देखते हुए बनाने का व्यापक प्रयास हुआ है। 5 वर्ष तक देश भर में इसके हर बिंदु पर व्यापक डिबेट और डिस्कशन हुए, हर स्तर पर हुए और तब जाकर ये नई नीति बनी है। ये सच्चे अर्थ में पूरे भारत को, भारत के सपनों को, भारत की भावी पीढ़ी की आशा आकांक्षाओं को अपने में समेटे हुए नई भारत की शिक्षा नीति आई है।
The National Education Policy proposes various reforms in school education as well as higher education, including technical education. A number of action points and activities for implementation in school education as well as higher education have been included in the NEP. Salient features of NEP 2020 are ensuring universal access at all levels of schooling from pre-primary school to grade 12, along with quality early childhood care and education for all children between 3 to 6 years. There will be no hard separations between arts and sciences, between curricular and extracurricular activities, between vocational academic streams. It aims to establish national mission on foundational literacy and numeracy. For assessment reforms, it has provision for board exams on up to 2 occasions during any given school year, 1 main examination and 1 for improvement if desired. Educationist Sant Kumar Chaudhary says that the NEP is beneficial for all.
This new education policy having lot of this positive points and this is beneficial for all. So we all feel proud to receive new education policy and we all are thankful to our Honorable Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi ji as well as our Education Minister Sri Pradhan ji also. So I think this new education policy will be benefited to all and this will be implemented as soon as possible fully.
The NEP stresses on equitable and inclusive education, giving special emphasis on socially and economically disadvantaged groups. It emphasizes on robust and transparent processes for recruitment of teachers and merit-based performance, setting up of State School Standards Authority, exposure of vocational education in school and higher education system, and expansion of open and distance learning to increase gross enrollment ratio. Professional education will be an integral part of the higher education system. Under the National Education Policy, multiple mechanisms with checks and balances will combat and stop the commercialization of higher education. The centre and the states will work together to increase the public investment in education sector to reach 6% of the GDP at the earliest. The National Education Policy is based on 4 pillars: access, equity, quality and accountability. It aims to make India a global knowledge superpower.
Moving on to sports, in Denmark Open Badminton, Lakshya Sen defeated Anthony Sinisuka Ginting of Indonesia 21-16, 21-12 in the men's singles, while HS Pranoy defeated Chao Chun Pang of China 21-13, 22-20. In women's singles, Saina Nehwal lost to Zhang Yiman of China 17-21, 21-19, 11-21. India's men's doubles duo Satvik Sairaj, Anki Reddy and Chirag Shetty clinched a convincing 21-15, 21-19 win over Kang Min Hyuk and Seo Seung Chae of South Korea.
The 14th Tribal Youth Exchange Program for the Development of Tribal Youth was held in New Delhi today. Ministry of Youth Affairs and Sports organized it in collaboration with the Ministry of Home Affairs with the aim of sensitizing tribal youth to rich cultural heritage of the country. Its objective is also to expose the tribal youth to development activities and industrial advancement and help them develop emotional linkages with their peer groups in the other parts of the country and enhance their self-esteem. 220 select youth in the age group of 18 to 22 years are participating in the 7-day program from left-wing extremism-affected districts of central India. The Sensex and the Nifty today witnessed modest gains amid mixed cues from global share markets. The Sensex regained the 59,000 mark while the Nifty reclaims the 17,500 points, a report from the business desk.
The Sensex rose 147 points or 0.25% to finish at 59,107. The Nifty also surged 25 points or 0.14% to end at 17,512. At the multi-commodity exchange, gold futures for December were trading at 50,315 rupees per 10 grams. Silver futures for December were trading at 56,090 rupees per kilogram when reports last came in, and oil prices witnessed gains bearing losses from the previous session. In intraday trade, Brent crude was trading at $90.55 per barrel.
Now let us have a look at the weather forecast for tomorrow. National capital Delhi is expected to have a mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature will be 18 degrees Celsius while maximum will be around 34 degrees. Mumbai will have a partly cloudy sky with 1 or 2 spells of rain or thunder showers. Minimum temperature will be 25, maximum around 33. Kolkata will have a mainly clear sky. Minimum temperature of 25, maximum around 32. Chennai expected to have thunderstorm with rain. Minimum temperature will be 26 degrees Celsius. Maximum will be around 33 degrees. Now before we end the bulletin, the headlines once again. Welfare of coastal communities and strengthening coastal infrastructure are priorities of the government, says Prime Minister Modi at foundation stone-laying ceremony of various projects in Junagadh. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurates 12th Defence Expo in Gandhinagar, says India's defence exports have grown 8 times in the last 5 years. Government to allow MSMEs to avail non-tax benefits for 3 years post reclassification. India to bring in new national tourism policy to attract foreign and domestic tourism. Trial run for the use of Chattogram Mongla ports for transit of goods between India and Bangladesh began today. Mallikarjun Kharge elected new Congress president. BJP releases first list of candidates for Himachal Pradesh Assembly elections. And in badminton, Lakshya Sen and HS Pranoy win their respective matches to enter the Denmark Open round of 16. And with that, we end the evening news. Good night.